What up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you guys tuning in. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that like button, share, subscribe if you haven't already. I'm actually doing some readjustments on the yak. Cleaned up the boat today and just kind of getting things squared away before I get on the water where I want everything at. And like I said, I upgraded my unit recently, so we got it all readjusted here. Kind of getting it where I want it. That feels about right. And yeah, so I'm kind of going to show you guys, actually do a 6-month review on my Ascend and give you guys my honest opinion on these. As a matter of fact, even though I work at Bass Pro, I'm gonna give my honest opinion on these as well. They're great kayaks to start off with. You have to do some minor rigging and readjustments on these, but I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a walkthrough of what I did. So we'll start with the bow on this thing. It's pretty wide for a 10-foot. As you go up, it starts to widen out even more. Raised the seat recently, as you can see, and I made it to where I could still use the factory bungee tie downs on these and still keep the seat in line just like that, so that doesn't go anywhere on you. This all completely comes out. Extra padded cushion for support. I went with these Railzilla Mounts. You can get these for about 12 to 15 bucks off of Amazon. Some places even 20, which allows you to lock that system in place. And I'll also put an extra rod holder in these, or hold your transducer with the Scotty mount. And all these come out, so everything's removable in this kayak. And slide these right out, and that's it. So if I'm traveling and whatnot, got my dry hatch, molded cup holder. I mean, it's nothing special, but I actually put all my scupper plugs in here. That comes out. So a lot of people like to put their transducer inside the hull, which you can, but I didn't end up doing that. I ended up getting a Scotty mount and attaching it to my rails. And then upgraded to the Garmin SV7, or 7SV as they'd say. And it's a pretty little neat unit. I went with the Scotty swiveling mount. So there's a handle actually right here. You pop that open, you can raise this. You can raise that just like that and move that whole unit around if you want. So I thought that was pretty cool. And you can adjust it even higher too, or however you want, and that locks in place just with that lever there. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then I installed a paddle holder. You also get these from Railzilla. I added some custom screws to kind of lock that in place, so if I'm fishing, I'm casting standing or sitting on my yak, just like that, I can lock that into place real easy. But overall, I mean, they're good. They're a good little unit to start out with. And I made it to where I can still take everything out, even if I need to be when I do store it. And yeah, I've caught a ton of fish out of it. The main thing I like is that these rails they installed. It makes it a lot easier to access everything and upgrade stuff as need be. if you need to. And one thing Ascend did with their tournament paddles, I actually found out that these guys float. So if you were to ever drop these in the water, they float. And if you ever get snagged up in the trees or get hung up, they got those grooves in there. You can take your line off the hook and pop it out with your paddle. So if you get hung up in the tree, you can stick that in there and pop it out. So I thought that was pretty cool what they did with these. But other than that, she's all cleaned up, ready to go. In my honest opinion, I'd probably give it like a 7 out of 10. It's got decent stability, but I would like to stand up in this thing, so we'll probably end up installing some outriggers that fold down into the water. That way, if I wanted to cast from it, I could and stand up in this thing. But for what it is, you know, I make it work, and I'm gonna be real with you guys. I mean, it's not a bona fide or a perception kayak or a Hobie, but made it worth its while. And you can do the same thing too with these yaks, and just kind of make a little bit of fabrications here and there and turn it into a pretty nice rig. So I just thought I'd give you guys a little walkthrough and show you what it's all about. I forgot to mention the handles on these. It's also got a drain plug back here too. The handles on these are pretty sturdy, and you got tie downs back here to hook onto. It's got two rod holders. I have a yak crate that sits back here. I think it's got two rod holders in it. I'm able to store 1, 2, 3, 4. I can store about 5 rods in here if I wanted to. But a lot of guys too, what's cool about these, you stick PVC through here, run it across if you wanted more and hold like 6 rods. But I usually don't like too many rods in the boat because it kind of clutters up space. But for what it is, I love it. And if you guys got any questions or anything like that on how I rig these things up, or if you're curious about, you know, raising your seat yourself or installing your graph, electronics, lights, things like that, just hit me in the comments, and I will see you guys out on the next one. We're gonna give it a test run probably tomorrow, so I'll get you guys in on the fish finder and how the side imaging and down imaging and everything works on that 7SV. So appreciate you guys tuning in. I know it's a short one. It's a little gloomy and real nasty and windy outside, so I appreciate y'all, and I will see you guys out in the water. Be safe, take care, peace.